All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something that's wrecking traders every single day. And it's not the market, it's emotions. Everywhere I look, TikTok, X, YouTube, people are saying things like this. Crypto is dead. I'm selling everything. That coin is over. It's no good anymore. As soon as I break even, I'm out. It is all over social media. And this right here is the #1 mistake that destroys portfolios. People aren't losing because they picked the wrong coin. They're losing because they're trading on emotion. Right now, the market is deep in the fear zone. The fear and greed index is sitting at 25. Yesterday, it was 28. Last week, it was 35. Last month, it was 51, which is neutral. So fear has been rising for weeks. And that's when inexperienced traders always make the wrong move. When the market drops, fear takes over. When you open your phone, you see red candles everywhere and panic starts whispering, sell before it's too late. But that's how the market steals your money. Not through price, but through psychology. The people that panic sell in fear are exactly the same people that bought during the fear of missing out during the greed period. They react, they chase, they repeat the same cycle every few months. The market punishes emotion, and the patient traders are the ones collecting from the impatient ones. The classic mistake: sell during fear, buy during greed. The opposite of what you should be doing. You can't time every move perfectly. Nobody can. People that claim they do, they're probably telling you lies. But you can recognize when emotions are driving the crowd, and that's usually your best clue. Right now, fear dominates social media. You've got people calling good projects dead. You've got traders saying, I'll just sell and get back in later. And that's always the start of the regret phase, because when they finally feel safe again to buy, the price has already gone up. Crypto moves in cycles, 4 to 5 years on average. You've got the quiet accumulation stage, you've got the explosive bull, then you've got the euphoria, and then you've got the long bear section. Until you've lived through a few full cycles, it's hard to understand how emotion flips the market. One cycle teaches you discipline. 2 cycles teaches you patience. By the third, you'll finally understand. Doing the opposite of the majority is exactly how you win. We're in that zone right now. The fear and greed index is at 25. Everybody's nervous. And that's exactly when the smart money quietly starts adding to their portfolios. When everybody's greedy, that's when I get cautious. When everybody's fearful, that's when I look for opportunities. Last week, I added significantly to my XRP and my Bitcoin because the market was fearful and the data backed it up. I don't make emotional decisions. Well, not very often anyway. I try my best not to. I try to follow my system all the time. But when the market flips the other way, when we start seeing Bitcoin all-time highs and altcoins exploding, that's when I'll take profits off the table. That is when I'll be selling my tokens. Not adding more like the rest of the crowd during that zone, because the crowd always loses. The other big emotional trap is FOMO, the fear of missing out. When the market starts pumping, social media goes mad. XRP to $10, Ethereum heading to 6K, Bitcoin is unstoppable. People see others posting wins, they panic that they're going to miss out, and they start buying at the top. That's when experienced traders quietly sell to them. It's harsh, but that is how the market works. You should have been buying when everybody was terrified, not when everybody's euphoric. That's the method that I've used for years. Buy fear, sell greed. It's simple, but it's not easy to stick to it. Now listen, I'm not perfect. Every now and then I break my own rules. And I wanted to share one with you because it's a great reminder of why systems matter. A little while back, I was tracking ICP. I liked the look of it, was watching it closely, and it started moving up fast. Instead of waiting for confirmation, instead of waiting for the fear zone for my entry, I let FOMO creep in. I thought, it's flying. I do not want to miss this. So I jumped in, and guess what? The bag is significantly down. It was a reminder to me, to myself, even after all these years, to stick to the plan. Don't pour loads into a token unless the time is right and the evidence supports it. Like the fear and greed index or other confluence indicators. We all slip sometimes. The difference is whether we learn from it. If you want to stop losing money to emotion, you need a system. Mine is built around data, not feelings. And here's how I do it. I define my entry and exit before every single trade. I track market sentiment, the fear and greed index, the heat maps, the exchange inflows. I stick to the rules, even when it feels uncomfortable. I review the Fear and Greed Index nearly every day and a minimum of once a week, not for wins, but for discipline, to remind me why I'm feeling a particular way that day, that week. Because if you don't have a system, your emotions are the system. And that's a guaranteed way for you to lose money. The path to success in crypto is counterintuitive. When everybody's comfortable, be cautious. When everybody's scared, be calm. That's not easy. It takes practice, it takes data, and it takes community. That's why I always tell people, learn to think the opposite of the crowd. Right now, the fear is thick. It's perfect. That's when I prepare. When the crowd flips to greed and excitement, that's when I quietly start taking profits. Every trader goes through this lesson the hard way. I've seen it countless times. Traders who sell the bottoms and buy the tops. But if you can learn to control the emotions that drive those decisions, you are already ahead of 90% of the market. Take my ICP trade, for example. It was a mistake. I should never have taken it at that particular moment. Is it a good project? Yes. Did I buy at the wrong time? Yes. Now it's down. Should I be selling it because everybody says it's dead? Absolutely not. I'll wait for euphoria. When everybody's telling me that ICP is going to the moon, when that happens, I'll sell it because by then it'll be in profit. That is when you sell a mistake. You can't control the price, but you can control your process. That's what I've built my entire trading philosophy around, emotion control through data. If you want to learn just how I trade and get access to our private group, you can join the Crypto Wolfpack. You'll get 4 weeks free with the link that's in the description of this video, or you can just head over to milkshakematty.com and click on the Wolfpack. And if you want to know what exchange I use for leverage trading, it is Bitunix. Right now, if you use my link, you can get enhanced sign-up bonuses and new trader rewards up to 100,000 US dollars. KYC is optional and you can sign up with just an email. The link is also in the description or at milkshakematty.com. Let's talk mindset because this is the real edge. The market is designed to make you emotional. It'll test your patience, your confidence, and your conviction. It'll make you doubt yourself when you should hold and feel invincible right before it dumps. You don't need to predict every move. You just need to prepare and respond with discipline. Your job as a trader isn't to guess. It's to manage risk, act logically, and execute consistently. If you're deciding to sell some tokens that you thought was going to do well, during the time when the Fear and Greed Index is 25, stop, relax, hold a moment. Because when the Fear and Greed Index is at 25, like it is today, that's where opportunity begins. Historically, when we dip below 30, those levels have been accumulation zones. It doesn't mean price can't go lower. They can. It means people are emotional enough that value is starting to appear. And when the index flips back to 70, 80, 90 and into greed and extreme greed, that's usually when the emotional traders come rushing back in. That's when I start seeing profit-taking opportunities. Before every trade, I ask myself one question. Am I acting on fear or data? If the answer is fear, don't trade. If you think the coin is dead and today you want to sell it, do not do that trade. If the answer is data, then execute that trade. That one question alone has saved me more bad decisions than any indicator ever could. Your edge is the thing that keeps you consistent when others panic. For me, it's using data like the Fear and Greed Index and take emotion out of the equation. For you, it might be something else. Maybe technical confluence, maybe fundamentals. But whatever it is, make sure that it's rule-based. Because once you have the rules, your emotions stop being the boss. Fear and greed will never leave the market, but you can learn to use them instead of being used by them. Right now, we're deep in fear. That's not when I panic. That's when I plan. When everybody's scared, when everybody's selling their tokens, I add to my positions. When everybody's greedy, I take profits. And in between, I try the best that I can to stick to that system. But as I say, I'm not perfect. But when a mistake happens, it reminds me of why I have the rule-based approach and why I should have stuck to it. Because the majority of traders lose money by following emotion. The minority win by following data. So next time you see everybody shouting, crypto is dead, this coin is dead, or it's over, remember, that's the moment the opportunity has probably knocked on your door. Stay calm, stay focused, and whatever you do, don't trade with emotions. Remember, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.
I am not a financial advisor. This video is based solely on my opinion on what I'm personally doing in this market. I also want to let you know that some of the links below and in the descriptions are affiliate links, meaning I may get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you. Please remember that under no circumstances will I ever contact you and ask you for investments. You can confirm all of my real social media handles in the description and also at milkshakematty.com. This content is for educational and entertainment only, and I'm not a financial advisor.